Good evening and welcome to a sun-drenched FNB Field here on City Island in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for tonight's USL matchup on Invicta. I'm Gary Sutton. Charlie Giroux will be joining me in a moment. But Cincinnati going up against City Island here tonight. And the Islanders coming off a big win against St. Louis on Saturday night. They're 7-14-6 with 27 points in 13th place right now in the East Division of the USL. On the other side, Cincinnati is right now at 9-9-8 overall in the USL East with 35 points, and they are sitting on the coveted 8th spot, the last spot for playoff contention in the East. When you look at Cincinnati, it's a team that can score and score in a hurry. They've got a young man named Danny Kuning tonight who has 9 goals. He's second on the team in scoring, and they'll be certainly looking at him tonight as he starts at the forward spot in this lineup. On the other side, Pedro Ribeiro, 3 goals, 3 assists for the Islanders, and he has been very, very tough of late. Had a big assist in a win the other night over St. Louis. It's going to be an interesting matchup here tonight. City Islanders had a 5-match losing streak stopped with that win over St. Louis, and they've scored 4 goals in their last 2 games after going 6 straight games without a goal. So they are looking to put it on Cincinnati here again tonight after losing 3-0 back on July 5th. It's a big matchup tonight at City Island between Cincinnati and the City Islanders, all here on Invicta. We'll be back after this.
Crooked Hill Townhomes is the official housing partner for the Harrisburg City Islanders. The rental community, located in Susquehanna Township, features 3-bedroom townhomes with attached garages and optional finished basements. The community features 6 beautiful floor plans, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an off-leash dog park. For more information on the community, visit www.crookedhillapts.com. Crooked Hill Townhomes, the best in luxury living that Central PA has to offer.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through. And focus.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Welcome back to FNB Field here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on City Island, where the City Islanders are about to match up tonight with Cincinnati FC. And welcome to all our fans watching tonight on CW Cincinnati. You're watching on Invicta here live, and we're just about ready to get underway. The starting lineup tonight, Mitch Hildebrand, second in the league right now with 82 saves, will be in the goal tonight for Cincinnati. And you look down at number 11, Danny Kuning, the leading scorer in the lineup there tonight, with 9 goals for the season, though Jimmy Fall is sitting on the bench wearing number 9, has 11 goals on the year. On the other side, Brandon Miller with 62 saves. He's given up 33 goals this season. And you look down the lineup there and you see Pedro Ribeiro right there in the middle, number 30. He's the tallest guy in that lineup, and he's a guy that can score in a hurry. But so can Freddie Opoku and Rapopa Mensah, Paul Wilson, and Johnny Mendoza up front. Gives a lot of quickness to this City Islander team. Charlie Giroux alongside me tonight. Charlie, looking for a good one here tonight. The City Islanders scoring 2 goals each in the last 2 games, and they're ready for this one here this evening.
After a long scoring drought, Gary, a team that plays very well at home takes the pitch tonight against the Cincinnati side that is right now got a playoff spot in hand, but Harrisburg still in the hunt and a real opportunity here with a 4-game homestand.
Talk about home. Cincinnati at home, 11-3-6 on the season, 3-7-2 on the road. You see them wearing white tonight with the red stripes on their sleeve. There you see Ribeiro and Brandon Miller in the goal tonight for the City Islanders, wearing his resplendent gold outfit. So we're getting ready to get underway here. 8th place right now. Cincinnati in there with 35 points. The Islanders in 13th, 27 points. So a 3-pointer here tonight for the Islanders could go far in getting started in what is a 4-game homestand right now, and a chance to make some hay here for the City Islanders. Again, welcome to our audience tonight at CW Cincinnati. Glad you're aboard with us. We're looking forward to an outstanding contest here tonight. Rapopa Menza ready to get things underway here for the blue-clad City Islanders tonight. Blue and white against the white and red of Cincinnati. You know, if you're from Cincinnati, right, what red, white, and blue, you can't get more patriotic than that. But, of course, you always think of Cincinnati Reds with red and white, so why not get a little red in there somewhere, right?
They got it in a very patriotic town, Cincinnati, and a team that is supported by a fan base that's unbelievable, regularly drawing 5 figures in attendance, Gary. Really remarkable for the USL.
Yeah, they broke the regular season mark, and absolutely incredible. And they have put some people in the stands on a regular basis, and we are underway here as the City Islanders will control it. Calvano over to Brent. They'll swing the ball near side. Lita Shanahan. And you look at Cincinnati from the backside, a 4-4-3 kind of look, 4-4-2 kind of look, rather. In the middle, Mohamed Dabo. Off to Ribeiro. And a lead look here from McLaws, and McLaws trying to find Paul Wilson. A little bit broken up by Cincinnati. They got the ball coming down the near side. And just a shot to see if Brandon Miller was awake down the goal with Jimmy McLaughlin. Back to the middle it comes to Johnny Mendoza with the whistle on the play. And the ball belonged to Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati coming in here tonight for the season 14-10-8, for the league 9-9-8. So they are 5-2 outside of the USL East. They will put it in play from the far side across the touchline. Long throw in there. Looking for Kudig.
Those standings, Gary, take increased importance this time of the season. And again, here you've got 4-match homestand for Harrisburg and a real opportunity. This side has played very, very well at home. See what happens tonight. The one thing that they were missing here through a long dry spell, let's say, was a consistent lineup. And you've got folks in the lineup tonight that have played together. Hopefully you see a little bit of that chemistry developing early. Thus far, they're just kind of feeling each other out. But as the match progresses, you hope that the Harrisburg side can show the kind of chemistry that works for them, particularly on the offensive end.
The Islanders looking at a new 4-3-3 look here, and it's worked pretty well the last couple of matches for them. They lost to Tampa Bay last week in the second half on a penalty kick after leading being down 2-1 in that match, and came back and tied it up and then lost on a penalty kick late in the match. You talk about the 4-game home streak here, coming up with the 4-game home stand rather, McLaws is going to get called for the foul there. For Cincinnati, they go back home for Saturday night against the New York Red Bulls too, and then they have a 4-game away streak. So when you talk about holding on to 8th place, you know, on the road is where they have to go to hang on to that. So, you know, there's all kinds of interesting possibilities here to end the season. But Cincinnati certainly has had an outstanding season so far here in the USL East. And as we said, in playoff contention right here, holding on to that 8th spot. Johnny Mendoza in the middle, off to Ribeiro. Ribeiro near side. He's got McLaws, and McLaws can keep it in, and he does. Taken away down along the side by Tyler Polak. Back up near side it comes to Jimmy McLaughlin. And McLaughlin swings it on back to Polak, who will take it, get it back to the defender. Just swinging far side. Both teams probing here in the early going. We're 3:24 into this one. Very calm night here in Harrisburg. Supposed to be getting some of the remnants of Hurricane Irma tomorrow, light rain, but nothing here so far tonight.
The skies look a little threatening, Gary, but as you say, the last vestiges of Hurricane Irma not supposed to hit here until sometime tomorrow. So tonight should be a pretty good night for soccer.
In the Tampa Bay game last Wednesday, played in rain all night long. It was a well-played match, frankly, in what was kind of a steady downpour all evening. So the ball's across the touchline for the Islanders. It'll belong to Cincinnati. Polak will put it back in play.
Was sorry I had to miss last week, Gary. I heard it was a great match, and apparently a little bit of controversy about that PK. But
yeah, it looked like it might have been a ball first, but the official didn't call that, and it might have been that on Thursday, it might have been on Tuesday, but on Wednesday it was a penalty. So the penalty kick decided that match, but it was really the Islanders played great, and Tampa Bay played a little bit better. There you see the far side head coach Alan Couch. On the other side, Bill Betcher for the Islanders here tonight. Kadeem Dakers has it, brings it back near side to McLaughlin. Nice little touch inside, not going to go. It was headed out of there by Calvano. Back it comes, Brent looking for Ribeiro. Back to Brent, and downfield it goes, nobody in particular. Mensah tried to get down there and outrace Mitch Hildebrand, who gives it a high, lingering kick. Good hustle over there by Brent, far side. Back it comes to the middle, though. Kadeem Dakers. Ball goes across the touchline, belongs to Cincinnati. Cincinnati coming off a 1-1 tie with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They are 1-3-1 in their last 5 matches. And there's a look at the goal. Not going to go this time, just high. A few of the fans here in the stands tonight. It is ladies' night here at FNB Field. So the ladies will be in prominence here this evening. Brandon Miller giving it a long boot out of there. Ribeiro gets a little bit of a head on it. Far side it goes though to Cincinnati, sending it downfield. Brent stops it for the moment. Back it comes. Taken away. As Calvano tried to push it upfield.
Foul right there in the midfield, Gary, as these teams really so far just feeling each other out, kind of probe a little bit, see how they can stretch the defense a little bit, see where some space can be created, but not much yet for either side.
Little chip shot there from Nishanian off to Paul Wilson. Trying to get Mensah. Mensah making a race to the corner. Bottles up there. Back it comes to Paul Wilson. Wilson sends one toward the front of the goal, but taken nicely by Hildebrand. Hildebrand second in the league this year in saves with 82. Beat only by Molsey Poats of Colorado, who has 83. Glocka kicked it back there to Aiden Quinn. Now taken on the backside by Harrison Delbridge. Cincinnati. Lots of good ground passing right here. There's Brett again. He's going to have the ball go by him. Looks like it'll go down across the touchline. Should belong to the City Islanders, and does. Here's a long throw in this time. They're looking for player far side. Flat pass ahead. And now you got Rapopa Mensah with a little room to run. Sends it hard at the goal. I'd like to see him get about 1 or 2 more dribbles there, but he was being pushed hard by the defense. But Mensah, nice job hustling down there.
Pretty nice through ball and good hustle on the part of Harrisburg to pick that up and get a shot off.
Mohamed Dabo fighting it out in the middle to Ribeiro, to Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson out of Jamaica. From McLaws, Wilson, back to Ribeiro. Shannon will send a high kick far side, looking for Freddie Apoku over there. Ribeiro wants a push, not going to get it.
Always love to watch these guys plead their cases, Gary. They're very effective in their own minds, but very rarely.
You get that universal sign of hands out to your side. Oh my gosh, how could such a travesty be taking place? Near side, good hustle down there by Paul Wilson. And down on the play is Tyler Pollock, and he is hurting, reaching for his right knee as Wilson comes over and checks on him. Here you'll see what happens right here, and you can see Wilson sliding in there trying to get the ball. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on SiriusXM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget, SiriusXM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USL Soccer for dates and times. And don't forget, soccer fans, that Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. And you're looking at Tyler Pollock down on the field right now, who is in some serious pain here. Again, watch the play here. Wilson sliding in. He gets the ball first, but Pollock comes down across the outstretched leg of Wilson.
An aggressive tackle, but looks like he's okay.
And good to see. He's back up there, and he's going to walk around a little bit. Good sportsmanship from Wilson coming over. It's one of those bang-bang plays you see. Again, we'd like to welcome our audience tonight from CW Cincinnati. Glad you're tuned in with us here this evening, and hope you're enjoying the telecast here tonight. There you see Pedro Ribeiro in the middle. Guy whose game has really come around. He's fought a few injuries during the course of the season, but really become a factor in this offense here for the City Islanders.
Indeed, and early on in the season, you saw some glimmers from him, but now it's a very consistent performance that Ribeiro's putting up on the board.
So the Islanders will get it back here as Calvano will push it downfield. Pollock off near side, going to get a little bit of attention there. Shanahan and Calvano back there, the two mainstays, along with Brent. To Dabo. Oh, and here you got a dangerous situation coming up right now. Good job by Pollock. And then hustling down, it's going to be a corner kick for Cincinnati. It was Nishanian just blocking the kick to the middle.
Well played into the box, though, defensively there, Gary. He had a real open look coming into the box on that left side and could have delivered it a lot of different ways, and it was cut off. Gives them a corner, but a good defensive effort there.
So the first quarter coming up here for Cincinnati, and again, sitting down there over on the near side. And I believe that is Pollock again. He's stretching out the legs. Here you see the head coach on the far side. Alan Koch joined FC Cincinnati as the director of scouting and analytics and assistant coach in December of 2016 before being named the club's second head coach in February of 2017 this year. So he is in his first year here. Spent 2 seasons as the head coach of Vancouver Whitecaps, FC2. Taking the team from 8 wins in 2015 to 12 victories this past season with a 6th place finish in the standings.
Kind of the opposite look of Harrisburg's Bill Betcher, who has been with them since their inception. One of the true veterans of the USL.
He really has been. So Pollock is going to be taken off the field, and he's had a tough time here tonight. Twice he's been down so far, and checking in for him, number 99, Joe Su. And that's how they know him here.
And as a result, Gary, we're going to have a significant amount of extra time here at the end of this first half.
Really are. So the first corner of the game coming up here for Cincinnati. And doing the honors will be Aiden Quinn. Quinn will be hooking this in toward the goal. Flat shot. Out in front it goes. And do you have a foul? It's going to go the other way.
The other way.
Yeah, Ribeiro got taken down on that one. Actually, it's going to be Thiago Calvano who'll get taken down on that instead. So Calvano gets up, and he's a tough guy, walks it off.
Pretty good initial delivery into the box there, Gary, and Harrisburg defended well, and the foul is going to allow it to go the other way. Initially, when you heard that whistle, you weren't quite sure.
Well, Brandon Miller got out there, and he got his arms on it, but he couldn't corral the ball, and it was loose there for a moment. So now Miller looking things over, deciding what he wants to do. Gives that nice little side swing, looking all the way down there for the tall Ribeiro, who gets his head on it, and off it comes near side. Johnny Mendoza right to the middle, and then a headshot toward the goal, and just missed. Great look for Paul Wilson, who was streaking down the left side.
A lot of speed on that play, Gary, and beautifully delivered, and a bang-bang play just shy of a goal. Very, very nicely executed.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that had some mustard on it, and Wilson did a great job of getting in there and getting a shot at it. So good shot on goal there for the City Islanders. First one really of the game of any consequence. Cincinnati trying to get control right here. Dabo. Back to the middle of Cubs. Cincinnati's got it there with Dakers, then fought out right there outside the penalty box line, taken back by the Islanders. McLaws has it. McLaws going to swing it on back here to Nishanian, and has it taken away right there in the corner. Nishanian yanks him down from behind. As good hustle on the play by Kyle Gregg for FC Cincinnati. So you've got a set piece coming up here with Josu, and they're going to say, I think better of it. We're going to send Mr. Quinn over there to take care of the honors. And check that. That'll be Kenny Walker, rather. Kenny Walker in there now to do the set piece. These are always interesting. In the 16th minute here of the first half, no score in this one so far. Cincinnati and the City Islanders of Harrisburg. So Kenny Walker. Another flat look, and this time Brandon Miller comes out and has no problem getting the arms wrapped around it.
The set piece from just outside the box there, Gary, has the effect really of being a short corner. So the delivery on that was good. Miller executed exceptionally well, coming out, taking it away.
Right to the middle it comes, and I think we're going to get the first corner kick coming up here for the Islanders, or are we?
We should.
Looks like the first quarter coming up for the Islanders as they quickly transition down. On that one, Travis Brent took it a long way down the field that time and finally dumped it off far side to Opoku, and there goes Paul Wilson to the far quarter to take the quarter kick.
Harrisburg's speed thus far, Gary, has looked impressive up front. They haven't moved the ball particularly well, but they've had a couple of breaks and long runs, and their speed has paid off.
There you see Paul Wilson and Freddie Opoku over there with him. High kick by Wilson. Out it comes to Dabo. Dabo swings it over. Mendoza. Mendoza right back to the middle looking for someone. And there's your look, but it's not going to be exactly the one you wanted that time. It looked like Brent had a shot at it. So Travis Brent not able to get it down low enough on that one.
Just lean back a little bit on that shot, Gary. You get out over the ball a little bit more and strike it the same way. It's right on the frame.
Islanders doing a nice job, though, of pushing the action right now. Cincinnati will swing it far side. Delbridge with a little chip shot down the middle. Stopped there by Ribeiro, picked up by Dabo. Paul Wilson in a battle here to try to get it back. Wilson got pushed down from behind by Kadeem Dakers. Boy, the quickness of Paul Wilson, you see him just kind of darting in and out of there, kind of like a gnat.
He's been kind of the catalyst for this Harrisburg side for several seasons, Gary. When he's on the pitch, he's making things happen. And his speed helps, very aggressive, and as you say, kind of all over the field.
Another player down far side. The first yellow card of the match is going to be issued, and it's going to go against Travis Brent here in minute number 19.
Take another look at it here.
Ooh, Brent up in the air, and it's kind of interesting that you see Dakers kind of run into it, but he was definitely up in the air, swinging the legs. In the official's opinion, it was a yellow card infraction.
And the official right on top of it. You could have argued that one a little bit, but there wasn't much squawk.
Again, good sportsmanship there by Brent going over and helping him up and kind of saying, hey, you know, nothing meant. Here's Brent diving, getting it out of there. Headed to the middle by Wilson. Taken by Mendoza. Off to Ribeiro. Far side. He's got Opoku going down the right side, or left side there if he needs him. Backs pass to Opoku. Freddie Opoku trying to get a turn here. Get it up. Batted away out in front by Hildebrand. Nice play there by Hildebrand. And Wilson's going to control it again. Off it comes to Mendoza. Mendoza to Wilson. Now they'll reset. It's a nice job by Hildebrand out in front there to get his hand on a shot that would have the possibility of creating some problems for
Could have wreaked some havoc there. It had trouble written on it, and a good play by Hildebrand. You see why he's one of the leading keepers in the league.
Lena Shanian looking to put this into play. Looks for Ribeiro. Up comes Mensah. Ribeiro is going to get a chance to either head it there. Two guys in the same place at one time there, Mensah and Ribeiro. McLaws to Mendoza. Ribeiro swings it back to Dabo. Mo Dabo tries to get it far side to Brent, and back to Dabo it comes. And now off to Calvano. Good defense here by Cincinnati. We'd like to welcome in our audience tonight from CW Cincinnati. Thank you for joining us this evening. Hope you're enjoying this matchup here on Invicta tonight. Chad Edwards and the whole crew out here doing a great job of bringing you these pictures. Here's a flat shot looking upfield, going far across. Dakers trying to track it down, won't get it before Brent does, and then Brent just kind of touches it across the touch line. Didn't really get that pass where he wanted it.
Wanted to turn that up a little bit more than he did, Gary. Didn't get his hips squared around, and as a result, across the touchline.
Here's Josu, long high kick, not going to go anywhere on that one. So it'll be a goal kick coming out here. Go for $1 million with $1 million silver and gold. Play the new scratch off from the Pennsylvania Lottery for your chance at top prizes of $1 million. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. It benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. There you see the Capitol crew down there. They are into it tonight over on the far side on this gorgeous evening for soccer. Looks like it's going to be a push from behind on Dabo. So the ball will belong to Cincinnati. So you were on a road trip last week. Unlike Eddie in this league, you were in Israel last week, right?
Gary, it was a great trip and a great opportunity. I hope that you will have an opportunity to do it sometime. The state of Israel is really a remarkable place, a tiny little country, about the size of New Jersey and about the population of the same, surrounded by enemies, yet it has prospered and is our principal ally in the region. It was really great to be there and to walk, if you're of the Christian faith, where Jesus Christ walked, which is pretty remarkable.
It's a great trip any way you look at it. Now we have Dakers right in the middle. Dakers with a flat look, just going to be wide. So Dakers gets to line it up. Cincinnati this season, we were talking about their marks this year they set on attendance. My goodness. Last week the club announced that it surpassed the 25,000 mark in tickets sold 9 days prior to the regular season finale. That's coming up when they get home. FCC broke its own mark this season against Orlando City B on August 5th with 25,308 tickets sold. And they own the single game playoff record with 30,187 in attendance to watch FCC take on Charleston Battery on October 2nd of last year. So the numbers are unbelievable.
They really are, Gary, and you can't stress how important that is to a team to have that kind of fan base and that electricity in the atmosphere. Really changes the dynamic. I mean, that is the 12th man, no matter how you slice it.
Of course, not near that number here tonight. It's got to be interesting for Cincinnati when you go away from that kind of noise level. I mean, that's a small college football audience right there here in America. And to go up against teams then where you don't have quite the noise, it's got to be a little bit different for them, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of small colleges, as you know, Gary, don't draw anywhere near 30,000 fans. So, I mean, it's really remarkable, and it's got to be an electrifying atmosphere to play in, and a huge home field advantage.
Well, one of the reasons they're 11-3-6 at home this season, at only 3-7 and 2 on the road. So home is a how do you click those ruby slippers, right? Home sweet home. Yeah.
It's not just where the heart is, it's where there are a lot of hearts in Cincinnati's case.
And, of course, these players love playing in front of big crowds here in the USL, the largest soccer league in the country.
And one that's really growing in both size and stature, Gary. The USL is really where it's at right now.
There's Calvano getting under it. Mashanian cuts it off to Dabo, back to Calvano. Calvano swings it over the far side. Good look there as he finds Mendoza for a moment. Mendoza's got a Poku over on the far left side. Back to the middle it comes to Dabo. Mohamed Dabo swings it one more time to Nishanian, really trying to stretch that defense out for Cincinnati. McLaws making that defense work. Calvano back over to Brent. Playing a little ground passing game here for a moment. Then back to the middle comes to Wilson. Wilson pushing ahead, looking for Mensah. Mensah with a back pass. I think he thought Wilson was going straight down behind him.
He misread that a little bit, although that would have been a great play had Wilson gone through. There was some space there.
On some room to run here for Jimmy McLaughlin. Looking back on him as Dabo, and then McLaughlin swings it, and Miller punches it out of there nicely. Looked like Danny Koenig was running in there, getting ready to head it in.
He was looking for it. Miller aggressively came out, took the ball.
Talked about Danny Koenig. Danny Koenig with 9 goals this season, second on this team. Danny Koenig out of, I think I'm saying this right, Tingberg, Denmark. Tingbjerg. Tingsburg, Denmark. Forgive me if I'm screwing that up just a little bit. I have not been to Tingsburg before.
And I'm guessing not a lot of Danish players in this league.
Denmark, a beautiful country.
Beautiful country, but soccer players tend to come from warmer climes.
There's Mendoza, a little chip over to McLaws. McLaws, oh, just missing Mendoza. A little bit of a hard pass goes across the end line, so it'll be a goal kick coming out for Hildebrand.
Not a bad idea, though, Gary, to push it into the box there. Pretty good delivery. Could have been a little bit better, but not a bad idea at all. To press the attack here is something that Harrisburg really needs to do. Coming up with a goal is so important to them. Once they puncture that goal barrier, they seem to do pretty well, but it's putting that first one on the board that has been a challenge.
Well, the Islanders went through a drought after tying the Charlotte Independence. They lost 0-3 to Cincinnati that next game, and that really started their poor surge during that time. Orlando City B 0-0. A good dive there by Dabo, but it's going to cost a corner, but a good save by Dabo getting down there. Cincinnati pushing it hard.
Yeah, that Cincinnati match, as you pointed out, Gary, the beginning of a long drought for Harrisburg's side, not scoring goals for almost 2 months.
Good hustle by Dabo there. And then it was 0-0 against Orlando City B on August 2nd, then 3-0 loss to the Rowdies. The Rhinos beat them 1-0 here at home. Then it was followed by a 3-0 win by Pittsburgh. Louisville knocked them out 5-0 on August 23rd. And finally came back last Wednesday night, played a great game against Tampa Bay the second time around, lost 3-2, and of course won 2-1 on Saturday night against St. Louis. Here's your long kick far side. Going for the look over there was Harrison Delbridge, and just went up to back kick it and couldn't quite get the ball.
I think he was looking for a little bicycle kick there. It didn't quite work out, but he had his eye on it.
Bicycle, but he didn't find the pedal. So good try by Delbridge over there. Delbridge, another player hailing out of Sydney, Australia. Here comes Cincinnati again. And a cross coming up. Back to the middle it comes. Kicked out of there again by Dabo. Cincinnati on the pedal here a little bit right now. As McLaughlin near side trying to make something happen. McLaughlin swings it again, but nowhere near the goal.
Not really sure what he had in mind there, Gary, but as you pointed out, not exactly on frame.
Jimmy McLaughlin not too far from here, down in Malvern, Pennsylvania, down kind of in your neck of the woods, Charlie.
The beautiful Philadelphia suburbs, which has produced an awful lot of fine soccer players in Malvern, PA.
And he did play for Harrisburg here for several years, so he is not unknown in these parts.
Back on familiar turf.
Turf here, great shape tonight. It stood up well during the rain last week in the Tampa Bay game. Of course, a lot of Tampa Bay players last week had Irma on their mind. They were in town. Here's Mensah.
There's a nice through ball.
Mensah right back to the middle, but no one home.
Yeah, this pitch, Gary, not made for soccer. It's a baseball field, as you know, is really a pretty good situation for soccer. Really, they've done a good job with the field.
And for many of you in Cincinnati today watching on CW Cincinnati, the Harrisburg Senators, who play here at FNB Field, are a farm club of the Washington Senators.
Or the Washington Nationals.
What did I say? Washington Senators.
You're dating yourself.
Am I dating myself, huh?
Well, I'm thinking of Frank Howard.
I'm thinking of the guys across the river here, the Senators over here in the State Senate and the State House, who you have to deal with all the time. But, yeah, Washington Nationals, forgive me. Well, the Senators, those were the old days, huh?
They were.
Washington actually had a team called the Senators. But these are the Washington Nationals that play here. There's Travis Brett. Gets the ball to the middle of Mensa, right back at him. Dabo. And near side it comes to McLaws. Cincinnati kind of lets you come across half field, then bottles you in pretty well. Here they're extending their defense a little bit more.
Their defense collapses around the ball very effectively, Gary. They come to the ball aggressively once you get across that midline. Their midfield play is very, very strong on the defensive side.
Josu puts it back into Delbridge for Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati here in town tonight. There's Josu. Mind you, of all those Brazilian players who always just had one name, right? Like
they
Pele.
Did. And they played the beautiful game.
Oh. Oh, there's a miss by everybody down there as the ball gets on through. Dabo quickly retreats. I think that Mendoza, rather, who quickly retreats down there and gets back on defense. Far side it comes, and then just pitching out in front. You got a good look coming up right here in front. Good job coming across that time by McLaws. It'll be across the touchline.
Broke up a potentially dangerous situation there, Gary.
This is real dangerous right here. McLaughlin, one man to beat, and has no one at home. Wilson gets it. Wilson making a little move, trying to find someone open, and goes far side to Freddie Opoku. Quick transition out of a really dangerous situation. Poku and Mendoza over there trying to get something started.
Yeah, and Harrisburg's counterattack, unfortunately, Gary, tonight has broken up in the midfield. They've come back very, very quickly, but they've not been able to mount a good counterattack past the midfield. And they're going to have to talk about that at halftime if they can't do something here in the remaining time in the first half.
So near side it comes to Josu. He goes on a little through ball right here. Back to the middle it comes and looking ahead. Good job getting in there. Was that Ribeiro or was that Calvano? Calvano, good job up on the top by Brandon Miller to get up there. He apparently didn't get a hand on it, so it's a goal kick coming out. But Calvano did a wonderful job breaking up what looked like it was going to be a headshot at the goal.
He did, and then there was a nice strike coming the other way and a little smoke on that one, Gary.
There you see Miller going up high to get it just a little bit over the top. So here's Miller moving it out of there as we're at minute number 33 and a fast-moving first half, except for the one moment with the injury earlier to Tyler Pollock. Back it comes to Hildebrand. Dakers. Down the middle. Travis Brett, who's been very active back there tonight. Over to Sean McLaws. Now Paul Wilson takes off, trying to make a move here. Wilson always hunting for that goal shot. To Dabo. Back to McLaws. Cincinnati played very effective defense here in the first half, as are the Islanders.
Swinging the ball to spread the defense a little bit here, Gary, and create some space.
Poku off to Wilson, back to a Poku, who comes the whole way across the field here. The ball will stay with, actually be over to Cincinnati. As Josu will swing it back. Off to Delbridge, Delbridge far side. Chip shot down there. Running across to break it up is Brent. Poku saves it to Mendoza. And then stolen back by Cincinnati, and they've got some running room here. McLaughlin again. Another good pass. Pitch it up in the middle. McLaughlin looking to get something on it. Bottled up there for the moment by McLaws. And quickly out of there by Calvano. And then nice job just to get it out of harm's way there by Opoku.
That's all they did there, Gary. And again, they've got to work on this counterattack situation, because there have been a couple of times where the field was spread, pushed it to the other touchline, and nothing happened. So that's something that they may want to take a look at when they go into the locker room.
So here comes the third corner of the night, as Josu will go off to the far side to, I believe, put it in play. So third corner of the night, only one so far for the City Islanders. You see some of the fans.
And these set pieces have been kind of bread and butter for Cincinnati through the last few matches. So let's see what they're able to do here.
So here comes Josu. Flat kick again. Headed out nicely by McLaws. And Opoku with some running room. Opoku stops. Looking back to the middle to Paul Wilson. Touches it back to Opoku. Looking for Mensah, stolen away by Cincinnati. And McLaughlin taken back by the Islanders. Dabo has it off to Paul Wilson again, and near side it will come to Lee Nishanian. Ooh, tough pass there. They got a little room to run right now. As Kyle Gregg picked it up for the moment. You're going to get a free shot. McLaughlin up in the air. Brent, little spinner ball there. Didn't quite know how to kick that one. Finally gets it out. And Mendoza running with it.
Actually pretty well played there, Gary. That ball was spinning like crazy, and I'm a little bit surprised he was able to settle it as well as he did.
Well, he kind of waited on it. Good patience there in a tough situation. Here comes to Ribeiro. Ribeiro trying to make a move. Ribeiro lets it fly toward the corner and just misses to the left side of the goal. Pedro Ribeiro with 3 goals, 3 assists this season so far. So it's minute number 36 now, Cincinnati with the ball. Dakers puts it on a through ball there, but nothing doing. Going to call offsides. He was looking on the slide through there from Justin Hoyt. So Nishanian will take it to McLaws near side, and then back it comes to Wilson again. No score in this one so far. Both teams played very, very well defensively. Getting some decent looks offensively, although the defense has certainly been the theme of the game so far.
It has, and particularly in the midfield, Gary. Both sides have done a pretty good job of breaking down the attack right there when it counted.
Oh, Wilson, a little chip shot there, trying to get it to Mendoza, sliding down in there. 7 to win, got it out. So back it comes. Dabo to Wilson, Wilson to Mensah, Mensah off to Ribeiro. Cincinnati seems to be really tough up the middle defensively. Here comes Mensah, he's got a good look at it, and once again Hildebrand equal to the task, as Mensah was not able to get the kind of velocity on that he really wanted.
Couldn't turn it quite the way he wanted, but nevertheless, good shot.
We were talking about Pedro Ribeiro was named to the USL Team of the Week today after his game-winning goal against St. Louis the other night and his assist in the match against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So congratulations this week to Pedro Ribeiro. And Jake Bond had his 2nd goal of the season against his former team, St. Louis, on Saturday night.
The 2 guys came through with reasons to do so, and that's great.
By the way, Sean Lewis saw his first start in weeks against St. Louis the other night. He had 2 great saves that won the Islanders the match and conceded just 1 goal. So lots of things going on here for the City Islanders. On the other side, Andrew Wiedemann, who's not in the lineup right now, was voted the USL Team of the Week last week for the first time in 2017 after scoring the tying goal against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds last week. Did that in the 40th minute of that match. So the ball be kicked across the touchline here in the 40th minute of this first half.
Time winding down here in regulation of the first half, Gary. We expect that there's going to be a little bit of extra time due to some injuries there in the first half, but this has moved relatively quickly.
I'm always amazed when I watch coaches here in soccer how calm they are on the side. I guess they kind of figure all their work's been done pretty much in practice, the adjustments at halftime and so forth, but they always remain very calm. Coach Koch over there and also Coach Betcher on the other side.
It isn't American football, that's for sure, on the sidelines.
Right, exactly.
Another Cincinnati player down.
And Travis Brent coming up field.
And I believe he's carrying a yellow card already. Is that correct, Gary?
He does. He already has one yellow card tonight. Could ill afford another. So Cincinnati with some room to move here. And a long way, unmolested downfield.
Yeah, you can't allow those kinds of runs.
Here's Josu.
Mark up a little tighter.
To the middle it comes. McLaughlin. Off to Quinn. Going in front of the goal, but harmlessly picked up by Brandon Miller. As we are in minute number 41 now here in the first half. I suspect we're going to have probably 4 minutes or so of stoppage time. Here's Dabo. Mendoza to Mensah. Back to middle comes Wilson. Wilson looking to wind it up and does so, but wide. He was checked hard from behind by Delbridge.
He was looking for that all the way, though. He struck that about as hard as he's capable of doing, and he was looking at it all the way. There was nothing else on his mind but finding that right corner.
Mendoza taking it away to Travis Brent. Brent looking up there for Ribeiro. Ribeiro bottled up by 2, breaks out of it though nicely. Wilson pushing it down near side of McLaws, who's going to try to get it back to the middle. Good defense down along the baseline, and Hildebrand picks up what was really good defense by his defender back there. Credit back there to Delbridge for making that defensive play. Just couldn't have a better evening for soccer here. The flag's drooping out there, no wind at all.
And it's cool.
And it's cool tonight. Nice, refreshing evening. About 73 we can be here at 5 o'clock tonight. I suspect it's down somewhere around 70 right now.
As soon as that sun disappears, cools down just a little bit, but it's not cold. It's just a beautiful night for soccer, and the pitch looks like it's in perfect condition, and it's been a pretty good match thus far.
So here's Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller will tag it out of there. It's the wrong uniform if you're a City Islander fan. Dabo to Brent. Brent fights it through to Shanian. Good chip ahead looking for Mensah. Mensah heads it up. It'll be picked up by Hildebrand and quickly sent back out on a good flat hard kick. Racing down to the corner here is Danny Koenig. It kept Koenig away from the ball pretty well tonight so far. Good footwork over there on the far side by Kadeem Dakers. And the foul will be against, as they go across the touchline here, against the City Islanders in the 44th minute of the first half. No score in this one. Coming up at halftime, we'll have highlights and stats of the first half, comments on all that went on. There's Ribeiro getting up there and heading it off near side, still controlled by Cincinnati, though. McLaughlin's been all over the field thus far. Here's your headshot right toward the goal, but just wide as a good look to the inside. And you saw Danny Koenig getting in there for the shot, just not able to direct it where he wanted it.
Yeah, that actually was more of an opportunity than it looked like, Gary. It didn't look like much from up here initially, but the more you take a look at it, we'll see a replay of it here. There actually was a little danger on that.
Koenig was coming in a good angle, picked up there by Ribeiro at the end. Good respect. Two of probably the tallest guys down there in the field right now. Koenig and Ribeiro.
And into the final minute of play here in regulation, Gary.
There's
As you say, expect probably 4 minutes of stoppage time, but
taken by Miller again, quickly flings it out near side to McLaws. McLaws will stop there, look for Dabo. Dabo trying to find Ribeiro, just an errant pass. Controlled in the middle instead by Harrison Delbridge. Check that, Kenny Walker rather. Here's a shot coming up right now. Wide open in front. Look out. And you're going to get a foul called here. I think the Islanders are going to get it back.
Yeah, it's going to go the other way.
As Ribeiro went down, you don't like to see that, holding the left ankle just for a moment. As Kenny Walker came down in behind him here. You see Walker sliding in and taking out Ribeiro. Ribeiro should be okay. He gets up and walks it off.
See how much extra time they're going to throw on here to the regulation, which has ended the first half.
I'm a little surprised. Only 2 minutes of stoppage time. So here we go. A 2-minute game here to end the half. Or match if you'd like. There's Ribeiro. The Islanders have been pretty good when it comes to any kind of overtimes. This is where they've been tending to score. They scored their winning goal the other night in stoppage time. Heading it to the middle here. And good defense getting back there for Cincinnati. But Dabo back on top of it. Touchdown for Cincinnati. They got some numbers here to run. Pushing it far side. Racing down there is Koenig. Stolen away by Mendoza. Good hustle back there on defense by Mendoza. Trying to get it back up for Mensah.
Yeah, Harrisburg filled the defenders pretty quickly on that guy, because you're right. There were numbers and they were mounting for Cincinnati, but Harrisburg's defenders got back quickly and put an end to that.
Here again, they let Delbridge come the whole way downfield here with it. McLaws will get it back to Dabo. Off to the Shanian, who takes it out to Miller. And now Miller takes it far side. Mensah coming up, just missed the head. Played instead in the middle by Aiden Quinn. Back to Dakers. A little loose on defense here right now for the Islanders, as up comes Miller again on the high shot.
Yeah, and what has been a pitcher's duel, to use the phraseology of what's normally played in here. They're going off with a 0-0 tie here at half. A little bit of defensive lapse there in that extra time.
Well, there you have it. It's 0-0 here at the half at FNB Field. Cincinnati and the Islanders here, as you see the Capital City crew still cheering them on right now. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back with highlights and stats and comments on the first half, all here on Invicta. It's Harrisburg and Cincinnati tied up at the half, 0-0.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through. And focus.
Crooked Hill Townhomes is the official housing partner for the Harrisburg City Islanders. The rental community, located in Susquehanna Township, features 3-bedroom townhomes with attached garages and optional finished basements. The community features 6 beautiful floor plans, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an off-leash dog park. For more information on the community, visit www.crookedhillapts.com. Crooked Hill Townhomes, the best in luxury living that Central PA has to offer.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
And welcome back to FNB Field. Here we're at the half. It's 0-0 at the half. The FC Cincinnati and the City Islanders. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights here. And it all opened up tonight with both teams walking out there this evening. And, of course, the escorts, Panthers United this evening. And then it got underway. And here you see Rapopa Menza getting a pretty good look at Hildebrand in perfect position. Paul Wilson chips it on down. Here comes Wilson again, looking ahead. And good defense. And we saw a lot of that in the first half. Here's good kick again by Mensa, not going to go. And Hildebrand was up to the task here in the first half. And then Johnny Mendoza with probably the best looking shot of the first half as he had Paul Wilson flying in far side for the headshot. Look at it again from this angle.
The best scoring opportunity of the night, Gary, and just wide.
There's Joe Sue, who was into the game as a result of the injury very early to Tyler Pollock. McLaughlin, who was very, very active in the first half, and then the good look just over the top of the net. And you see the match stats here at the half. Shots pretty close here, 6-5. Cincinnati with a one-shot lead there. 2 shots on target, though, by the Islanders. They've had the better in that category. And the Islanders have done a good job of controlling the pace in the first half, 54%. 1 yellow card the first half, that against Travis Brent. And just 1 offsides against the Islanders. So a well-played first half here, Charlie. Your thoughts?
Well played. A lot of it occurring in the midfield, as we said. A pretty good defensive match thus far. No shots on frame for Cincinnati FC. That's a stat you were going to want to watch in the second half.
FC Cincinnati and the City Islanders getting ready to go at it here in the second half. Welcome again to our audience. CW Cincinnati tonight. And we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more after this on Invicta.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
Why do you not get me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent until I could take care of myself. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak.
Meals on Wheels, coming to my door as someone who's housebound, having someone check on me, assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are the clients of Meals on Wheels.
America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
We do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
what's been unusual is that we gelled from the beginning, and since then it's carried on throughout the season. It carried on through preseason, and then now we're continuing. Now we're getting towards the end of the season.
Yeah, when the group got together down in preseason and we were training with the first team, we were kind of just looking around like, yeah, we got a good squad, you know. Like when we get back and it's just the Monarchs, we have a team that could do something really special. And so having that time together in preseason and pushing ourselves against RSL and against the first team guys was a great experience and opportunity, and kind of gave us some bonding heading into our season. And we knew we had a special group.
You can't just look at it as a slice, right? Because the investment is the club as a whole in building integration at every level. If you're going to think that way, you have to build the facilities, you have to invest in the team, you have to do everything that you need to do to make sure that at every level you're driving success, and I think that's what we've done.
I think there's a standard throughout the whole organisation now, from top to bottom. I think with the new facility, that's only going to increase the level, only going to increase the standard and the quality of everything within the club.
Purpose-built for USL. It'll be a fun game experience. It'll be a nice place for them to have a home field, and it'll be right at the training facility, which will be great.
This is the next step, obviously, with the academy being there. The Monarchs will be there. The first team will be training there.
But this is unlike anything else in the USL, and I think it's going to be a big game changer for us.
And so now to have our own place that's not going to be as big, but it's going to be just as full, it's going to be incredible for the team.
But for the Monarchs, it'll be great because we're getting on average 3,000 fans or so, and I think it'll be even more next year as the Monarchs continue to improve and kind of set the standard in the USL.
The players' goals have evolved as the season has, and their expectations have got greater. And I think they now understand that until we have a USL championship, they haven't aspired or they haven't reached the goal that we ultimately want.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through and focus.
Crooked Hill Townhomes is the official housing partner for the Harrisburg City Islanders. The rental community, located in Susquehanna Township, features 3-bedroom townhomes with attached garages and optional finished basements. The community features 6 beautiful floor plans, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an off-leash dog park. For more information on the community, visit www.crookedhillapts.com. Crooked Hill Townhomes, the best in luxury living that Central PA has to offer.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Welcome back to FNB Field here on City Island in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where it's 0-0 at the half. FC Cincinnati and Harrisburg City Islanders played a very good defensive first half here. Welcome also to our audience tonight from CW Cincinnati. Glad you could all join us here this evening. Hope all is well back where you are tonight. It's ladies' night here on the island, and the Islanders are celebrating all the ladies with a special raffle for a chance to win a free massage. Compliments of Elements Massage. There's a raffle for Rapopa Mensa's pink jersey to benefit the Feel Your Boobies Foundation here tonight as well. And Spooky Nook Sports Complex is giving away 1,000 water bottles to the fans here tonight. Spooky Nook, one of the largest sports facilities in the country. Star Wars Nights, by the way, is coming up this coming Saturday, September 16th. The team will wear exclusive jerseys that will be auctioned off and benefit the Four Diamonds Foundation. Anyone wearing a Star Wars costume will receive a $5 merchandise voucher. PHFA, Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, will be giving away coin pouches on that night. And the Harrisburg City Islanders have released a 2017 fan survey. Follow the Islanders on Twitter and Facebook to take it today and receive a merchandise voucher. Getting ready here for the second half. The teams have not yet come out. We'll take a very quick break. We'll come right back. This is Invicta's presentation tonight of USL Soccer. It's FC Cincinnati and Harrisburg City Islanders tied up here at the half, 0-0. We'll be back right after this.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through and focus.
Crooked Hill Townhomes is the official housing partner for the Harrisburg City Islanders. The rental community, located in Susquehanna Township, features 3-bedroom townhomes with attached garages and optional finished basements. The community features 6 beautiful floor plans, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an off-leash dog park. For more information on the community, visit www.crookedhillapts.com. Crooked Hill Townhomes, the best in luxury living that Central PA has to offer.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
And we're just about ready to get underway here in the second half. Both teams back out on the field and getting stretched out here. Gary Sutton alongside of me, Charlie Giroux tonight. There you see some of the happy people here this evening. That outfit that is down there escorted the players out tonight. That's Panthers United. And always a thrill to escort these players out in the field to start the match. There you see Cincinnati getting ready to get this one back underway in the second half. Scoreless tie here in the first half. Apparently no changes out there that we can see right now. And a beautiful night here for soccer, or if you like, football. Here you see the fans gathering down at the other end, and the craft beer area. So everybody kind of in this moment of getting ready to start the second half right now. Again, if you're just joining us here tonight, then welcome to our CW Cincinnati audience who's joining us this evening. Here you see Cincinnati in their white, blue numbers, red sleeve dressing. On the other side, there you see the officials resplendent in their red and black, easy to see out there. And of course the Islanders in their blue and white here tonight. Become a soccer crazed area here in the Harrisburg vicinity here in South Central Pennsylvania. So we are underway in the second half as Cincinnati will control it. Delbridge Sends a long one downfield. Brent will head it back up. Taken away on the far side by the Islanders. As McLaws gets it, ahead it comes, and a little chip over the top, and just missing the goal. On the right side was Mensah. Popo Mensah had a good look at it right out of the gate. So it'll be a goal kick coming out now by Hildebrandt. Mitch Hildebrandt with 2 saves in the first half, adding to his second in the league total of 82, now up to 84. Opoku off to Dabo, and then they'll take it all the way back eventually to Miller, who bunts it ahead right now to Thiago Calvano. Travis Brett had the only yellow card in the contest thus far. We're in the capital city of Pennsylvania here tonight in Harrisburg. Mensah ahead, Mensah chipping it off, and almost again finding his man streaking down the near side. It was Paul Wilson. I'm not sure he didn't run into the pole. Well, he was flying down the near side. Much like the first half where Johnny Mendoza had him, here comes Wilson, and Wilson just trying to get a foot on it. Slides into the pole. I don't think he really hit it hard. I think he was hurting more from not getting the goal here. Take a look at this. 2 straight shots coming right out of the locker room here after the half, and Paul Wilson, none the worse for wear. Comes up a little bit sore. May have hit his thigh area up on the pole there. So interesting when teams come out of the locker room, and that's where you're going to see a lot of scores there in the first 4 minutes or so, and many times those letdowns at the end of the first half. And so far, quickly coming out, the Islanders have had 2 great shots on goal. McLaws gets hit with a yellow card right here.
Talked about it at halftime, Gary, and coming out very aggressively, which is what they really need to do, is to mount that attack, get through the midfield, press the opportunities up on the scoring end.
Popo Mensah started the half with a one-on-one chip shot over the top of Hildebrandt, who had no chance at it. He just missed the net. And then they came down again, and a good flying move off to Paul Wilson again, who just couldn't quite direct it into the net. 2 bang-bang plays here for the Islanders.
Good way to start. They want to keep that energy at that level.
Long kick out in front of the net for a moment. Opoku traps it down. Swings it back up there looking for Wilson. Here comes Freddie Opoku. Wilson now gets it, controls it back to Dabo. Dabo dumps it off, pass stolen away. Dakers has it. Taken near side by Justin Hoyt. Now Ribeiro trying to stay with it here. Ribeiro is going to get taken down, and foul call against Cincinnati, and it'll belong to the Islanders.
Ribeiro broke that up well, Gary, and then maintained possession, grabbed the foul, and here we go.
So we put back into play here, looks like by Calvano. Calvano will take it back down to Brandon Miller, who will line it up and let it loose. Claus punching it across the touchline. So Cincinnati will put it back into play here on the far sideline right now as we tick up on the 50th minute. Just here at the start of the second half of this one, no score.
It has been a defensive struggle, Gary, and a couple of offensive flourishes here by Harrisburg in the early going of the second half. They got to keep that energy up. They've got to keep creating opportunities, keep pressing the attack, and keep looking for space.
Good head up there by Paul Wilson, taken down. Foul will be against Mensah as DeWitt taken down on that play. force him to win another player overseas. Harderwijk, Netherlands is where he hails from. There's a chip ahead, trying to chase it down. It's going to go across the line, though, ahead of Wilson. So Cincinnati gets it back. Justin Hoyt will put it back into play for FC Cincinnati. Hoyt out of London, England. Fun to count how many countries are represented in this match tonight.
A lot of European flavor tonight, Gary. Normally South American and African, but tonight, a fair number of Europeans here.
Of course, Harrisburg has a pretty good number of Jamaicans. Oh, what a great look here. Here's Mendoza. Mendoza,
it is.
Good! Mendoza off 2 great passes.
Terrific opportunity there, Gary. As you pointed out, 2 great passes, and Mendoza one-on-one with the keeper found the net. And that's what they wanted. They wanted to come out early.
Look at this. Great pass, great head. That was for Mensah, and then right to Mendoza. Take a look at this. Just a perfect look. Mendoza got one-on-one and beat Mitch Hildebrand diving to his left in the 52nd minute.
Took him on that near side, Gary, and had it all the way. 2 really, really nicely played balls. Good delivery inside the box, and Mendoza finds the back of the net.
Johnny Mendoza out of Bogota, Colombia, with the first score of the night. And the City Islanders go up 1-0 here. And they had 3 great opportunities. That would be the 3rd great opportunity. They finally cashed in right here as they kept the heat on here, starting the second half.
And important now, Gary, that they keep the heat on. You keep doing the things that have brought you success, and cranking up the volume a little bit, turning up the energy is going to be very important for Harrisburg right here.
And lost across the end line there by Danny Kunik, who was trying to kind of bottle it up and maybe earn the corner. And instead it's going to be a long throw in out of the deepest part of the corner you can get for the Islanders. Taken there by Dakers. Good double team. Ribeiro gets it. Off to Wilson. Back to Mendoza. Mendoza's got a man on the far side. It's going to be McLaws. McLaws with a little room to operate over there. Pushes it down ahead. Again, looking for Mendoza. Can he get there before it crosses the line? Yes, he can. But Dakers gets it and clears it out nicely. Long kick way downfield to Brandon Miller, who will just wait for it to take a couple bounces.
Just a little too deep for Mendoza to really do anything that established the attack there, Gary, unfortunately, because there was a lot of running room over on that far touchline.
Flat pass here, looking downfield, not going to find his man. Covered in the middle field by Kenny Walker. And taken again by the City Islanders. Zapoku gets it to Brent. Zapoku will run down the near side here a little bit. Brent trying to move. Brent doing a great job of dribbling. He'll get tripped up here by Kyle Gregg. And the official saying something to Dakers, but then getting the attention of Travis Brent. And I'm not sure what Brent's beef was there.
I think Brent was looking for a yellow card. I could be wrong, but it looked to me like he was saying...
He's saying, I got one earlier.
I was going to say, you stuck one on me.
Yeah, I didn't get any warning. There's a chip ahead by Nishanian, right out in front, taken by Hildebrand.
That seemed to be the plate that he was making there, but...
To no avail.
To no avail.
You're going to push over the back here, I think, against the Islanders.
These officials have been busy, Gary, but they've kept good control of the match, and that's really all you want to see out of them ultimately.
A lot of good preventative officiating tonight. Staying out ahead. You usually see that in a lot of these matches. So here's Chosu. We'll have a set piece coming up, and these can always be interesting moments.
The head of that box is sometimes very dangerous territory, Gary, because there's a lot of opportunities that can develop out of a set piece right here.
I think always about 20 yards out. He might be a little further than you normally like to be, but you can drop one of these in behind very easily. And here's a kick. I think that's going to be off the Islanders, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be a corner kick.
That's what we say. You know, it's a little too far out there, Gary, but not much. And when you are right in that position in the field, it's really, in many respects, the most dangerous position because you've got the whole range of play in front of you.
Kenny Walker will head down to the far corner for FC Cincinnati. Again, welcome to our audience tonight from CW Cincinnati. Glad you could join us here this evening on a really good night for soccer. Here's Walker, fourth corner of the night. It goes straight on through. Nobody gets on it. Now the race to the corner to get it. It's Dabo over there with Dakers, and Dabo does a great job of taking it away and then clearing it off to Paul Wilson in the middle, and Dabo gets taken down. Ball belonged to the City Islanders, and a yellow card this time goes up against Dakers.
So, you know, maybe pleading the case the last time around worked, Gary. As you know, sometimes you're playing for the next call, and seemed to have worked there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think Dakers did a whole lot there, to be honest with you, on the replay, but might have been a little Emmy earned that time, or an Oscar, depending on what you like, by Dabo. Oh, Paul Wilson ahead again. He's got Mendoza far side. Mendoza, a little room to work. Coming down again, corner is McLaws. Off it comes, back to the middle. Good defense there by Cincinnati. They'll clear it out. Up comes Brent. Brent to the middle to Dabo. Dabo controlling. McLaws pushes ahead. Paul Wilson over there. Wilson, little chip, and then the headshot. Just missing out in front, but they're keeping the heat on in front of the net right now. The City Islanders.
They are, Gary, and there was a great opportunity there right out in front. Now we'll see what they can do with it down in the corner.
Freddie Apoku made a great move there to get that one back to the middle, but apparently either out of bounds or offsides. Take your pick. So both teams with one yellow card now tonight. And here comes what could have been a dangerous moment, but cleared nicely by Calvano. Calvano kind of the enforcer back there for these City Islanders. Good race down here to the corner.
You've always got to have that guy, Gary, and it is Calvano for the City Islanders side.
So the ball will cross over the touchline. Not a very good pass that time, as Nishanian will bring it in. Looking downfield for the long, high one. Trying to find Ribeiro. Nishanian fights it back again. And then kicking it on back is Calvano, and Miller will swing it, hook one upfield. Kind of just kick and chase here for the moment. Controlled by Dakers. Near side is Hoyt. And it'll be kicked across the touchline by the Islanders. FC Cincinnati will have it, as Hoyt will bring it back in bounds here. Good high pass. Brett heads it out. Dakers on top of it again, and then taken back, but hits the arm of Paul Wilson.
Almost had a very nice play there, Gary, and had he been able to take that away successfully, he had a lot of running room. There was open field in front of him and an opportunity to really mount a quick attack.
Well, there you saw it. Mendoza was waiting to get ready to run with his partner down the field right there.
They were both eyeballing that in a big way.
And look at that. Wilson walking over to Mendoza and saying, yep, we could have been contenders right there. Oh, that famous Marlon Brando line. Here's Josu. This time, high looking shot. Good look by Josu that time. That was arcing in nicely.
That had trouble written on it.
And still has some trouble because it's going to be a corner kick. And Josu heads down to the near corner to take this one in the 60th minute here of the match. 1-0. Harrisburg leads on a great goal by Johnny Mendoza. This is the 5th corner of the night against only one so far for the Islanders. So Josu. Oh, and a good take there by Brandon Miller right in the middle. Josu, who hails out of Girona, Spain. So another of that European flavor you were talking about in the first half.
Really a truly international flavor out here tonight, Gary.
Nice shot by Mendoza there. Ahead it comes. Popa-Mensah was racing down to get it, and it's going to be a corner kick. That was a good dive over there by Delbridge to save it, actually.
Yeah, it was very nicely delivered, and it actually was a good defensive play to break that up, because that could have been real trouble for Cincinnati FC.
So the Islanders putting the heat on here again, and Delbridge saying he's pulling my shirt. So here's Paul Wilson. The Islanders have gotten better on some of their set pieces the last few games. This one's flat. And that's going to be a goal kick coming out here for Cincinnati. That's not a particularly good serve into the middle that time.
Now, a little bit of a missed opportunity there, Gary. The service was low and flat, and not really much of an opportunity to create anything.
So at minute number 62 now, still 1-0. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you tonight. Our whole Invicta crew here. Chad Edwards, our producer and director here tonight. So if there's any problems, blame him, is what we basically are saying, right? No, we love Chad.
Chatted out enough times, you know, it's all good.
Chad, a heck of a soccer player in his own right. Yeah, he just called and said that'll be $10 off your pay tonight. So he's a tough guy to work for, I'll tell you.
I thought you earned it back with the, you know, Chad was a great soccer player.
Oh, look out here. Hoyt with a good look right here at the goal. Right out in front. And then kicking back out from the far side there was Deshanian. Headed upfield by Mensah. Then another long look down far side. There comes Miller. Great job by Miller of anticipating, pushing it out. Now he's got to get back in the goal.
Good thing he got his fist on that guy, because he was way off of his line. He came out to challenge, and I think maybe thought the better of it about 9/10 of the way to the ball.
Cincinnati not able to control on the far side. It'll go back over to the City Islanders, and they'll throw it back in play eventually.
Harrisburg clinging to a 1-0 lead here, and struck early in the second half.
How about that?
A lot of pressure.
They're going to take out Danny Koenig, and it looks like you're going to see GB Fall coming in here right now.
They're number 1 and number 2 scorers. One going off and one coming on. And relatively early substitutions. USL doesn't really substitute until pretty late in most matches.
GB Fall wearing number 9 from Thiès, Senegal. He has 11 goals on the season. He's another pretty big guy out there too. He goes to 6 foot, 181 pounds, so
big, solid
forward for this club. So FC Cincinnati will get it back here, put it back in play in minute number 64. 1-0 so far, the lead here for the City Islanders, who are starting the beginning of a 4-match homestand, and their most important stand of the season, obviously. Long look ahead. This is dangerous. You saw Fall down there, and Miller played it perfectly. Miller, good clear out of there. Mensah, taken back by Cincinnati. Control in the middle of the field there by Gregg. Far side, look out here. And a pretty dangerous looking kick there just for the moment from the far side for FC Cincinnati. As you saw the kick coming off the foot of Jimmy McLaughlin, who's been very, very active out there tonight.
He has been the mainstay for the Cincinnati FC side tonight. Take another look at it there on the screen.
Pretty good look there. It missed, but he had a nice idea of what he wanted to do with it. You can see McLaughlin is one of those guys that's hunting for the shot all the time. Very good player. And
those are the guys you want, Gary. I mean, the guys that have a nose for the goal make up for an awful lot of other factors in a game, and he clearly does. Been looking for it all night and has been, as you say, the catalyst of just about all of their offensive threat.
There's Ribeiro in there. Taken back by Walker. Then off it comes to Justin Hoyt. To DeWitt. Islanders doing a lot of challenging deep tonight and keeping the heat on those defenders at the back, really extending the field.
They are, and that's worked for them. I mean, they're clinging to a lead. They want to make it stand up, and so they've defended particularly well throughout the match. But here in the middle of the second half, they've been particularly strong to the ball.
Excellent takeaway there by the Islanders. Back to Ribeiro. And you got a takedown on the far side. You might see another yellow card coming up right here.
He's thinking about it. He's chatting with that. You're not
Joe
going to get the card, but
I think Joe Sue just if he gets done with soccer, he can go into the world of diplomacy.
No mas.
Yeah, I didn't really try to do that. It was kind of.
Up. That was the
and you can see it was it's a good no call by the official right there. He's running on by. He's not trying to do anything mean or anything like that. But I loved his look. He was in that negotiating right away.
He pleaded well.
Yes, he did. You're a lawyer. He made a pretty good case there, right?
You always have to remind folks of that, guy. I'm trying to duck out from underneath.
Everybody's got a dark side, you know. No. I'm making all kinds of friends here tonight with Chad Edwards. Now there's Bill Betcher, the head coach for the Islanders, and that's about as excited as you're going to see Bill get. He's one of those guys that he's got a poker face. You'll never quite know exactly how he's thinking.
No tells from him.
So a set piece coming up here for the Islanders right now. Probably out there about 35 yards. Let's see what they come up with right here. Nice look toward the goal, just missing the guy they wanted, who was Ribeiro.
Looking for that big body, Gary. Just a little bit too far.
Hoyt getting down low to head it off to the middle to Walker. And DeWitt will swing it far side.
And while we're mentioning nationalities, I believe that Ribeiro is a Brazilian.
So the ball kicked across the touchline, taken back by Cincinnati. Near side here, Hoyt's got a little bit of room. He'll flash it up there right out in front of the net, and there it is on a great stop.
Great save.
Brandon Miller, I mean, it was right there, and Falls was right in front. Look at that.
He is like, how did that possibly happen?
Take a look at this. This is a perfect service into the middle. There was the good head coming up there by Greg, and then Falls just dead, point blank at the goal, and up in the air it went from Brandon Miller. That's the save of the night so far.
I'm not sure why that's a goal kick. Okay. They're saying it may have been an offsides guy.
Far side to Mendoza. Good headshot out of there on the other side. Down the corner comes. City Islanders try to control it here. Touch off by McLaws. Trying to find a Poku near side, not going to get him. Poku races back to try to backtrack and get it. Taken by Dakers. Up it comes to Greg. Now a little running room again, and Greg in a good position right here to make something happen if he can get free right here. Greg to the middle. Falls. Dakers. Still a dangerous moment right here for the Islanders. Here comes Falls. He can make it happen in a hurry. There it's swung across. Is it going to get out of bounds? No. Controlled nicely there by Cincinnati near side.
And you notice what a difference Falls' presence makes on the field, Gary. He really has jacked up the offense for Cincinnati FC here.
He's just sitting in there waiting for one. You can, I mean, it's like
he is
really lurking. Got 11 goals in the season. You don't get those by accident. There's another good look out in front. The other thing that Falls gives you in there, too, I think it's just a little bit more height, and he becomes quite the target there with the headshot.
The size advantage is important, but he's also just a presence. You know, there's that aspect in every sport, Gary, of just knowing that you've got a player like that in scoring position. In hockey, you'd say he's in the rocker. He's just right there in front of the net looking for his opportunities. Here comes the
six-quarter kick of the night. You're still going to get another good look right here. Another chance to put it up high. The head, no, taken out of there nicely by Ribeiro. One more shot. Dangerous moment coming up here. Another high look, but this time way out across. Was that McLaughlin again with the look?
I believe it was.
McLaughlin's had a few good looks tonight, but every one of them has been a high shot thus far.
I think that one actually left the ballpark, Gary.
Yeah,
Down here
that's in the river.
It came back in, but I think it actually cleared the wall.
For those of you out in Cincinnati tonight and watching on CW Cincinnati, we have the Susquehanna River that surrounds our island here.
And they play on a made-for-baseball field, so the pitch is running across the baseball diamond out into the outfield. So across the back of that net there is the outfield wall, and beyond that, it's wet.
Of course, Harrisburg, the capital city of Pennsylvania here, right across the river. Oh, there's a good pass by Falls, right back out to Hoyt. There's some room right now for them to operate. There's another long look. Falls down there trying to get it, and finally it's going to go across the touchline. It'll be a goal kick coming out for the Islanders. But I'll tell you what, GB Fall is right there ready every time. He has a big drink of water, isn't he?
He is. And for our friends in Cincinnati who have a beautiful river running through their town, we have the world's largest unnavigable river running down here through Harrisburg, PA. Very, very wide, very, very shallow. You don't see any ships or boats on it, but very beautiful.
Here's Andrew Wiedemann making his first appearance in the match tonight for Cincinnati. Wiedemann on the USL Team of the Week last week for his goal against Pittsburgh that tied that one up. Watch out, Fall one-on-one right here. Trying to get an angle. Trying to make a move right now, one-on-one. Good back pass. You got a shot coming up right here. And good defense again. Coming back, and I believe that was Nishanian who got the foot on it, but yet another corner kick. And it's been a barrage of corner kicks tonight for Cincinnati against only 2 for the Islanders. 7-2 thus far. The Islanders have been bottled up here about the last 3 or 4 minutes right now.
And look who once again was making the play there, Gary, and you know, the little heel pass that created the opportunity.
DeWitt. Take it back the other side. There's Josu. Josu really with some good footwork over there. There's McLaughlin again. Nice headshot. Fall trying to get it. Fall controls it. Knocked down in front. And saved again by Miller. And another dangerous moment as Cincinnati pouring it on right now.
Miller has been the difference, Gary. A couple of great saves and some real opportunity killers there by our keeper.
I'm not sure what Greg was complaining. Let's see right here. He may have thought it was in. There it is. Banged up in front, and Greg saying, I got taken down by Calvano. That's what he's saying. We talked about Calvano as the enforcer. I mean, if you're going to get in the head-to-head down there, Calvano will more than hold his own.
He's your guy.
In a dangerous place right out in front of that net. So we have another sub coming into the game right now. Danny DePrima in there now for the Islanders. DePrima, one of the local products here in Pennsylvania from Northern High School over here in Dillsburg. I think DePrima replaced I'm not sure who he replaced it. We'll double check that.
Paul Wilson went off.
Oh, Wilson's
no, I stand corrected.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Paul Wilson, I think, is the one that went off.
Yeah, it was Paul Wilson.
Yeah, Frederick Apoku is down here, near side. So Cincinnati, the aggressor here the last 4 or 5 minutes, and it's strictly been defense right now for the City Islanders. They started this half with the attack, as Hoyt will quickly try to get the ball, put it back in play. Waiting for someone to get down there. He's going to look for Fall, probably. Headed out by Brent. Another good entrance. Another good kick out, and Hoyt. Another look. Again by Walker. Out again it comes, but again Cincinnati. McLaughlin going to get a free center here one more time. Headed out of there by Calvano. I mean, it's like a shooting match right now for Cincinnati. Now Rapopa Menza's got some room. He can get it out ahead. DePrima gets beat to the ball here by DeWitt. Cincinnati controlling everything right now but the score. The 76th minute of this one, 1-0. Dangerous moment here, and Miller knocks it down. And you're going to get a push from behind there, I guess, on Cincinnati. Either that or some kind of offsides, I don't know. This is interesting. Moment of indecision right here. Shanahan probably lucky he didn't get a penalty called right there.
Yeah, they had the foul going the other way, and always dangerous inside the box.
So that's going to be off the Islanders, off the touchline. And right now, the Islanders back on their heels. And they are being outplayed on the offensive end here badly by Cincinnati. Now the ball goes back to the Islanders. See if they can get something going here. But one of the things, as I'm watching down in the field right now, the Islanders really spread out. You're not seeing that discipline, those tight gaps you saw in the first half. As new face getting ready to come into the game right now will be Rashid Olabi'i for the Islanders.
And they really don't, Gary, have the energy that they had when they came out of the locker room to start the second half. They've got to get that back for the final few minutes of this match. They've got a lead. They need to maintain that lead. It'd be great if they could pick up an insurance goal here, but they've got to pick up the volume a little bit more energy and a little bit more aggressiveness on the offensive side.
Well, Rashid Olabi'i coming in there for Ribeiro, and Olabi'i very quick, has great strike ability from 25 to 30 yards out. Saw that earlier in the season with one of the goals that he had. Of course, Cardell Bembo is still over there on the bench as well, but they've made no move to put him into the match here yet tonight.
Two sets of fresh legs, so and that's going to make a difference, you hope, as we wind down this match.
And very good quickness. So I think Coach Betcher probably saw what we were seeing a little bit, some of those lags, and get a little fatigue here. In the 78th minute of this match, well played second half. Nobody really down at all, so I don't know that we have any stoppage time whatsoever. Here's Hoyt, who's just been serving right and left into the middle. And Fall's going to chase it all the way down into the corner and can't get it. And it goes across the touchline, but right now you're just kind of shielding off the offensive barrage of FC Cincinnati.
Yeah, you hope that that Harrisburg right now can mount something of an attack, control the ball a little bit, get the play back into the midfield that they had previously, because there have been gaps, Gary, as you've pointed out repeatedly here over the course of the last 10 minutes, and Cincinnati has just dominated the action for the last 10.
They're passing the ball well, and they're not only just passing the ball well, every pass is served right into a scoring area.
And that does you very little.
All that does is buy you a couple seconds to breathe and then come back up and play defense again. As they're packing it in right now. As we're in minute number 79 here, so 11 to play. And a long 11 it will be if you're a City Islander fan. Islanders in the first of 4 very important home matches here, and if they could somehow find a way to win 4, they would certainly be in the conversation.
And obviously we're at that point in the match, Gary, where it's important to say that 3 is a lot better than 1.
Yes, it is. There's Walker. Oh, and a push down from behind there, probably on Dabo, as Wiedemann will go down. Here it comes again. To Quinn. Back to the middle to Fall. And to Hoyt. Good look down the near side there to Wiedemann again. Wiedemann had the tying goal in the 1-1 tie with Pittsburgh. Another serve to the middle, headed out one more time by the defense of the Islanders. They are really on their heels right now defensively. Now trying to get something going here is Johnny Mendoza. Mendoza, long look near side. First time they've really had something going at all. DePrima, good touch. And it's going to be off, I believe, Cincinnati. Should be a corner.
Up a corner. I think that's only the second of the night for the Harrisburg side, Gary, but third. Stand corrected, third of the night. But a nice touch there and good defensive play to make it a corner.
DePrima with a good pass there, and then turned to go through, looking for the return. There you see the Capital City crew over there. They want to see one more goal right now. One more goal will be huge here as we are ticking in minute number 81. 9 minutes to go is Danny DePrima. Dillsburg Northern High School by way of North Carolina State. Kicks it out and away. And a push from behind as a good head up there on the far side. Good defense for Cincinnati. So Hildebrand will boot it out, and a player down over there is Johnny Mendoza. He's holding his thigh right now. It's like a high thigh bruise there, possibly. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on SiriusXM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget SiriusXM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. And soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. And you can go for $1 million. With $1 million silver and gold, play the new scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery for your chance at top prizes of $1 million. Players must be 18 years of age or older. Please play responsibly, and remember, it benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux, the whole Invicta crew with you here tonight. Coming to you live, and welcome to our audience tonight from CW Cincinnati. Glad you could join us for what has been a really well-played match by both teams so far.
Really has a defensive struggle for most of the match. Harrisburg found the back of the net early in the second half, and since then it's been pretty much all Cincinnati, Gary, but they have not found the back of the net yet.
Across the touchline, it goes off the foot of the Islanders, and so Cincinnati will put it right back in play. Looking for Greg, and then he checks out, and Fall checks in. It's taken away nicely. A little bit of a push behind. Mensah dumps it off there. Chipped down the field for the Islanders, but no one really following up right now. You got a long look here, one-on-one. And just another great play by Brendan Miller in a one-on-one situation. I mean, that was pure goal coming up.
It really was. Miller has been the man of the hour on so many occasions tonight, Gary. Came out to cut off the angle, coming in one-on-one.
Kyle Gregg was licking his chops, and Miller just came straight out and managed to bat it away. Look at this. It's just Gregg and Miller. That's all it is. Miller manages to somehow get a hand up and just divert it.
Actually, he was going one way and caused the ball to go the other way, which is just great goalkeeping.
Minute number 84 right now. Roughly 6.5 to play. Here comes Mensah. Mensah has it taken away again. Back to the middle it comes. Out in the front. Fall has it. No. Again, it's cleared by the Islanders. Freddie Apoku's got it. Can you get something hooked up here as far as some passes? That's the question. We're in minute number 85 now as it ticks toward the end. All the way far across it goes. And that is Jake Bond in there, and Bond gets called for the push.
Already carrying a yellow card, but he's been very aggressive out there.
That actually was Brett with the yellow card tonight.
I stand correct.
Jake Bond, who looks much like
He
Brett.
does look.
Oh, look at this. Weedman again. This one out in front. Punching it away one more time, or kind of sliding it away. Again, right out to the top, and again, it's going to be another attack here from Cincinnati. If this was a shooting range, Cincinnati's doing the shooting. The range is the Islanders here at the moment, protecting desperately a 1-0 lead. We're in minute number 86. You got essentially a 4-point game right, or a 4-minute game right now with perhaps, maybe 1 minute stoppage time.
Maybe.
There's Bond. Bond controlling it. Back it comes. Islanders need to do a little control right now, and now you've got a man down on the field, which could add to that stoppage time, and that's going to be Kenny Walker.
Kicked out of bounds by the Harrisburg side, and the traditional display of sportsmanship should come back to them on the throw-in.
So Kenny Walker holding that, looked like a knee.
There it is.
Back it comes to Brendan Miller, who booms a high ball. That one will come down wet. Good kick downfield here by Brent. Across this Dabo to a Poku. So we'll get it back now and trying to maybe kill a little bit of clock as Olabi'i. And then all the way back down it comes to Brandon Miller, who will let it rip. All the way downfield it comes. And taken there by Hildebrandt. And that's going to be some kind of penalty. No, he lay on. There's a Poku. Wants to control it a little bit. Poku gets it ahead. Got Olabi'i trying to find a place, lets it fly. It's going to be a corner kick coming up right here. So corner kick number 4 is all of a sudden the Islanders back on the offense in minute number 87.
An important set piece here for Harrisburg, Gary. And as you say, they're back on the offensive. They're juicing it up a little bit here in the waning moments of this match. It's a good time for them to pick up the energy.
Well, if you were ever not in a hurry to take a corner kick, this would be the time. So there's Bond and DePrima trying to decide what it is they want to do. And I think what they're going to do is play within the corner. Watch this.
They're going to set it up very deliberately.
There it is. Stay in the corner, try to earn another corner kick, block it away. So we get run back. Apoku's got it again. Apoku coming near side. Apoku lets it fly. Not a particularly good choice there.
Not exactly on frame.
I don't know how it works in soccer, but I think in basketball we always say when you have the ball, they don't.
Right.
And maybe you wanted to work a little bit of clock right there. Here comes Fall, looking out ahead right now is Weedman, and then kicked across the end line. To save it is Calvano, and so now number 9 in the corners tonight as we are in the 88th minute of this match, and Josu with his most important corner kick of the evening. High look, punching it out there is Miller, another one, and this one's wide, so Miller's going to get a goal kick out of there as we're in minute number 89. Miller has been fabulous tonight.
He really has. If you're giving out stars tonight, he takes the number 1 without any question. He has been phenomenal back there and has kept them in the lead in this match.
A couple of point blanks. Now he's going to run it to the other side, or he gets a yellow card for stall. And he says, that's fine, you give me a yellow card.
And I just killed a minute of the clock.
I just killed a minute of the clock. About a minute and a half to go. And Cincinnati desperately trying to find a way to get it back upfield right now, as the Islanders will kick it away. So we are ticking down inside the last minute of regulation here in about 4, 3, 2, and 1. And here we are in the last minute. So now Cincinnati in desperate time. The Islanders just want to get it the other way. Take up time. And they kick it off Cincinnati here. It should be belong to the Islanders. You want to throw it upfield if you can. About 40 seconds to go in this one, as Nishanian will throw a long one upfield. Trying to get Bond right there. Headed downfield by Olabi'i. Off to the middle it comes. Apoku trying to hustle to it. Apoku keeps it up in the air. 24 seconds left in regulation. Hoyt control it. Near side it comes to Weedman. Weedman is going to try to get it back to the middle. He does. Right out in front it comes. It's going to be booted out of here by Brent. Brent instead decides to go and now boots it downfield. 8 seconds to go. And a player down on the field inside the penalty area.
That will kill regulation. We'll see how much extra time they get.
And that's Calvano that's down. So Calvano goes down at maybe an inopportune time here. So that will tell you how much time is coming up in. They're going to say 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Trying to figure out where all that's coming from, but 4 minutes is apparently what you're going to get in stoppage time. So 4 minutes on the time. You get the drop ball right here, and DeWitt gets it, starts it off for Cincinnati. So a 4-minute match now. There's a Poku. Make that Olabi bringing it down near side. Olabi pushing hard. Then taken back to DePrima. DePrima hustling down, keeping it in bounds. DePrima just across the line there, and the official right on top of it. Islanders have withstood an onslaught here in about the last 10 to 12 minutes for the most part. Trying for what would be a huge win for them here tonight as Hoyt chases it down and goes across the line. It's going to be a goal kick coming out. So Brent gets it to Miller. Miller will put it over on the far side. So Brandon Miller, good boot downfield. Looking for Bond, not going to find him. So roughly about 2.5 minutes left here in the stoppage time. Set piece coming up right here for Cincinnati. Good long look, headed up toward the goal. Not going to make it there. Opoku gets pushed down from behind. It's going to go the other way. Greg over there again and gave Opoku a little bit of a love tap. A little elbow right there from Greg, as you can see on the replay. So Brandon Miller trying to get a man downfield right now. Dangerous moment coming up right here. Nope. Greg back, it comes to Weidman. Weidman trying to make a move. Being checked. Middle. Headed right at the goal, and right there is Brandon Miller again.
Johnny on the spot, Gary.
McLaughlin in good position that time, had the head on it. Could not nail it. So now Brandon Miller one more time. He's going to knock it downfield. Almost a one-on-one right here for a moment. It's kicked out of there by Hildebrandt. And you're going to get a yellow card against Mensah for pushing Hildebrandt back there in the back. So yellow cards rolling out here pretty often right now. For Popa Mensah.
Yeah, the waning moments of this match, Gary, I think have gotten a little frazzled down on the pitch, but this will be over very shortly.
There's Mensah in the middle of the field, trying to keep it alive, far side. Will belong again to the Islanders. And this would be a huge win tonight here at home if the Islanders can hang on to this one.
Very big, Gary. As we mentioned, about 10 minutes left in the match. 3 beats 1 any day of the week, and it looks like they're going to pull the 3 tonight.
Of course, Cincinnati with 35 points in 8th place. This would be 30 points tonight if the Islanders somehow were able to hold on to this one. 1-0, trying to get a final effort right here. And there it is. They scored. They scored.
We spoke too soon.
There it was, as McLaughlin getting down there, and McLaughlin, who's been around there all night long, gets it home on a dangerous look all the way down. McLaughlin ran it right into the cage.
And according to our clock, Gary, after 4 minutes had passed, there was going to be 4 minutes of extra time, and looked like they scored with about 4:03. Really amazing.
And there it was, Jimmy McLaughlin breaking loose right at the end, beating Calvano and getting into the net. Wow, just exactly what you wanted in the 90-plus minutes. So 3 just went off the board pretty much in a hurry here. You can't have but seconds left now. McLaughlin, we said he's been active all night long, and McLaughlin puts it home here. Tough one for the Islanders.
Very tough, guy. It's a heartbreaker and a backbreaker. It's just with seconds remaining in the match.
And I'm not sure that the officials aren't having a little chat over there right now. Maybe, I'm not sure what they're talking about. They're coming over to Bill Betcher then. Bill Betcher was asking, I think, about the clock. And he's still having a little chat. I think the official.
Yeah, and that's it.
I think that's it. But I think there was at least a question right there, and he's putting up his hand 4 minutes, and it went over 4 minutes. But that's what Betcher is saying on the far side.
Yeah, we wondered about 4 minutes to begin with, Gary. It didn't seem like there had been that much stoppage in the second half of that match. But, you know, it is what it is. They put 4 minutes up, but very, very, very tight on the clock there. It's kept on the field, as you know. They control the game.
So there you see it. And Rapopa Mensah is still pleading his case down there. Obviously, it's not going to change. So Cincinnati, in the waning seconds, literally in the last 20 seconds, scores the tying goal here, and it's a 1-1 tie tonight here at FNB Field. We're going to take a look at the highlights here in just a moment. But just took the wind out of the stadium here in the last 20 seconds. Here you see some of the highlights earlier. And here's the goal that came up. Wonderful pass at the head from Mensah and off to Johnny Mendoza for the goal here in the second half. And it stood for a long, long time.
Beautifully played, Gary. That's one of the highlight reels of the season. Just beautifully played, and it did stand up for almost the entire match.
And then here's Hoyt. Seemed to be serving in there all night long, and they had some great shots. And Brandon Miller saw one of the stops right there. Here they come again, and this was like a shooting gallery there for a while. And Miller again knocking it down and then getting it out of there. Greg thought he got pushed down by Calvano. Here it is, one-on-one with Greg again. Miller manages to somehow get in the way and divert the shot. And then this one, here comes Weidman. He's got it right out in front. Miller dives, pushes it away as Fall will chase it down in the corner.
Hard to imagine how he missed that one. That was just point-blank range, but
here's another one.
Goalkeeping.
Miller out in the front again.
Side. The shooting gallery.
That's all it was, and Miller was absolutely stupendous tonight. Weidman, another good serve to the middle, another head. Right there's Miller in perfect position on the head from Greg. And then finally, coming down is this, McLaughlin. Beating Calvano back, and McLaughlin in for the huge game-tying score, we think roughly probably in the last 15 seconds.
Well, we could beat that one to death, Gary, but I know this. We don't start the clock up here exactly when they start the stoppage time because we can't do it fast enough, and it still showed over 4 minutes. So, you know, they'll be debating that a little bit for some time to come, I think. But the goal stands, and a tie is on the board, and 3 is better than 1, but Harrisburg walks out with 1 tonight.
Final stats, the shots tonight, 14-11. Cincinnati really controlled the last 12 to 13 minutes. Shots on target tonight, both had 3. Possession, 54-46. Cincinnati really took it to Harrisburg in the second half. 1-1 on the offsides. 4 yellow cards tonight for Harrisburg, 1 on the other side for Cincinnati. And what was a very well-played game tonight. Our next home game coming up this Saturday night. It's Star Wars night here at FNB Stadium, and Harrisburg against Toronto. That would be at 7 o'clock this coming Saturday night. For Cincinnati, they will head back out again. We'll head back home now for their final home game of the season. They have 25,000 people already signed up for that final home match of the season against the New York Red Bulls. And then they head out on the road to end the season with 4 matches out on the road. And again, that goal there tonight salvaged a huge point for Cincinnati as they try to hang on to that 8th playoff spot right now. So Charlie Drew tonight, Chad Edwards, and our whole Invicta crew, thanks to all of you who watched tonight, especially you in CW Cincinnati. Thank you for taking our feed tonight. Again, your final score in this match, Harrisburg 1, Cincinnati 1. Have a great evening, everyone. We really appreciate you watching USL Soccer right here on Invicta.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.